Shalom, Israel. Yahweh Shem Yahushai, come, my brothers. Yahweh Shemar, Nathan, Basham Yahushai, to my sisters. I.S.U.P.K, Jamaica. I.S.U.P.K began 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Today, I.S.U.P.K is run by Commandant General Yana, the one man in this time. Yes. This is Wednesday law class is on heaven and hell, and with this COVID-19 pandemic, upon living in heaven is now in hell because of how they treat the Lord's people, Most High in Christ. Alright, so give me Matthew chapter 6 and verse 10. Another one can. Another one can. Matthew chapter 6 verse 10. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Thy kingdom come. Now, this is talking about Most High's kingdom and who is living in hell and who is not. Right, so who is living in hell and who is living in heaven? And we know that in the Zandavan Bible Dictionary, it explains what hell is, what heaven is, and it states heaven is a high place of authority, place of leadership, and we can see what was being done to the children of Israel by those who rule this present kingdom and who is in hell. So Matthew 6 and 10. Thy kingdom come. Now, this give me 2 verses up. This is Yahweh Mashiach speaking at this time. Another one can, verse 8. Be not ye therefore like unto them, for your Father knoweth what things ye have need of, before ye ask him. Alright, so we have people like to wish they were in heaven. And when you ask them if they poor, they say, yes, of course, poor nice. Now, the Christian church like to tell people that, yes man, you're going to heaven. And yet still, they feed the people with pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. So, here, Yahweh Shai Mashiach is saying, before you can ask the Father for something, the Father knows what you need of. And sometimes what happens is we tell ourselves, so what we do is we say we're going to pray for it. And then when we say we're praying for it, we break in the laws that were given unto us. Because we, the children of Israel, were given the laws, statutes, and commandments, as is stated in Deuteronomy 28, the curses and the blessing that will befall us if we should follow the laws, statutes, and commandments. And if we follow the laws, statutes, and commandments, we would be in heaven, because we would be in a state of rulership. But we did not follow the laws, statutes, and commandments, so we are not in heaven. We are not in rulership. We are at the bottom of the food chain. We are the least among the nations that is mentioned in the Bible. Yes. So Yahweh here was saying, read verse 9.
After this manner, therefore pray ye, Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
Right. So Yahweh teaching the people how to pray. And heaven, the kingdom of heaven, thy kingdom come, the kingdom of the Most High will come. And then thy will, the Most High's will, be done here in earth as the Most High's will is being done in heaven. Now, when the Most High's will be done, who you want when the pork eating going on here on earth? Not by the children of Israel. So, the children of Israel, well, those in rulership, the children of Israel that will be in rulership, will not be lawbreakers. They will not be lawbreakers as they are today. The children of Israel that are in rulership today, that are positioning themselves to be among 144,000 when Yahweh returns, what the Christian church like to call Jesus Christ. And it is amazing, the Christian church will show you white blue eye Caesar Borgia picture and tell you that, yeah man, this is Jesus. And they know that that is a lie. They are the biggest, most destructive organization to the nation of Israel, to the children of Israel, to the people of Israel. We, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, are the children of Israel. And the Christian church is one of our biggest enemies. Greatest wickedness that could have befallen us is the Christian church. It said it in Deuteronomy 28, it said, Deuteronomy 28 said, you shall serve other gods, and you shall be taken into Egypt again with ships. Yes. All of that is in Deuteronomy 28. And when you go in the ships, you shall serve other gods, even wood and stone. The Christian church worship the wood cross, and that, and the Muslims the Kaaba stone. But that is the two most destructive force against the children of Israel. Back then and today, from 700 AD until today. You see how many years that. Yes. So, heaven is a place right here on earth. God, read it.
God, Deuteronomy 28, verse 64. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people, from the one end of the earth, even unto the other. Here thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone.
Yes, so you see that now this was done, this was said thousands of years ago. Yes, thousands of years ago. Moses was given these instructions, and what happened? They have been fulfilled today. Right now we are worshiping wood and stone, and we were taken here in ships, land of bondage, Egypt. Right. So Matthew 6 and 10. Thy kingdom come, whose kingdom is come. Most High's kingdom is come. Thy will be done in earth. Most High's will be done in earth as it is in heaven. So you see, in heaven, your righteousness abide. There is no room for lawbreakers. And it is simple enough. You hear a man say, boy, he not break the law, but he need poor. Our people don't know the laws now. The Christian church, the pastor, because of his greed, because of his greed and love for money, for the Christian pastor, sold us out. Yeah, sold us to the I.S.U.P.K. Yeah, man, which is our oppressor. As long as the Christian church maintain that, we can bless the food and eat it. Our oppressor will still be on top. Yes, our oppressor will always be on top. On top of us, right on top of the children of Israel, with boot on the throat. Yeah, pressing your neck against the pavement. That is what our oppressor have done. But COVID-19 running on them. Yes. Yes. The Most High sent a plague just like in Egypt. And the I.S.U.P.K and the commanding general is saying, be ye warned, children of Israel. You were told, you were forewarned. We warn and we warn and we warn and we teach and we teach and we teach you to follow these scriptures. These are our laws. We pleaded with you to leave the Christian church and come into the Bible. Because the Christian church is a liar and the truth is not in them. No evil tree cannot bear good fruit. And the Christian church is one such tree. The Christian church is an evil tree that cannot bear good fruit. Yes. Alright, so we say, here Yahweh is speaking to the people and telling them to follow the laws, statutes, and commandments. Yes, because thy kingdom come. He was explaining to the people that when you pray, ask for the Most High's kingdom to come, so that when you ask for the Most High's kingdom to come in you, and you behave in a particular way, you start living a particular way, you stop eating shrimp, pork, crab, lobster, all unclean food that Most High says you ought not to eat. Yeah. Right. So the Most High says, gave us laws. The Most High gave us statutes. The Most High gave us commandments in which we should follow so that we can live in heaven. Yes. That is what the Most High does. Because we are all people unto Him. We are all people unto the Most High. So because we are all people unto the Most High gave us laws, statutes, and commandments. The Most High put up a wire fence around us. Yeah. A wire fence the Most High put up around us. And said, alright, look here now. Follow these ways, follow these things. And you shall be on top, you shall be in heaven. But we break the laws, and we say the laws are done away with. The Christian church says the laws are done away with. Alright.
Deuteronomy 27, verse 1 and Deuteronomy 28, verse 1.
Read Deuteronomy 27 and 1.
Deuteronomy chapter 27, verse 1. And Moses with the elders of Israel commanding the people, saying, keep all the commandments which I command you this day, and it shall be on the day when ye shall pass over Jordan unto the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee, that thou shalt set thee of great stones and plaster them with plaster.
See? So the Most High says, to observe, to do. Read 28 and 1.
Verse 28 and 1. And it shall come to pass if thou
shall come to be,
shall
come to happen.
If thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
So you see when it says hearken diligently, when you follow these laws, when the priests and prophets of the Most High speak unto you, tell you something. So listen, this is what you must do. This is what you need to do. This is what is going to happen if you don't do this. and they do what? They just kiss them teeth, walk, not pass by, take the flyer and say, yeah man, soon come. But them go home and them do the same thing. Same things that they were warned against. That they were warned not to eat, not to drink. Well, never say anything about drinking, but not to eat. And what happened? Them no business about that. Because the Christian church said the laws are going to be. Yes. How can the laws be done away with? Laws cannot be done away with. So, are you saying then we are living in a lawless world? We are living in a lawless society? So, alright, give me Revelation 5 and 10.
Revelation chapter 5, verse 10. And has made us unto our God kings, and we shall reign on the earth.
No. So you see where heaven is? No, you see where heaven is? Heaven is right here on earth. Because what? This is where this is where it all happens. Right here on this earth. So, and has made us unto our God kings and priests. So, we are kings and priests unto our God, unto the Most High. We are His kings and His priests. We carry out His orders. We execute what He ordains to be executed. We go into the highways and the byways and preach to the people, teach the people, raise up Israel so that north, southern kingdom and the northern kingdom can be reunited and be one Israel again. Yes. So King Solomon caused the split, but the Most High promised to rejoin Israel. Yes. The story of the prodigal son is the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom rejoining together. Yes. You know, the Christian church have no knowledge of the Bible. They don't understand one thing about the Bible. So, just like how I, I, I would write a letter to my children, and based on what I tell my children in that letter, they know what to expect. And then someone hijacked that letter, and when they hijack the letter, they come and said, and start telling my children about me. Start telling my children about the author of the letter, which they know nothing about the author of the letter. but they hijack it and teach, trying to teach my children that, yes man, it's so good. And if I say in the letter, the cow jump over the moon, they say, yes man, it's so good, the cow jump over the moon. There, I have allegories in there that is specific to my children. So my children know what I am saying in that. But they take the letter and they say, no man, I know this your father mean. I know that your father mean. So that is why I say UPK always maintain. The Christian church knows nothing about the interpretation of the Bible. Nothing at all. Because they sprung from an evil tree. A very evil tree they sprung from. And that tree has nothing good about it. Yes. Continue.
Can. Verse 11. Verse 11 now, sir.
Oh. That was it. Read back 10 again.
Another one can. Revelation chapter 5, verse 10. And has made us unto our God kings and priests, and we shall reign on the earth.
So we shall reign on the earth. So the Christian church tell say heaven is up in the sky and you have to dead to God heaven. No book no read so. That is not in the Bible. The Bible never tell you that. Here's what the Bible said in Revelation 5 and 10, and has made us unto our God kings and priests, and we shall reign on the earth. On the earth we shall reign. So we not going to reign in no sky. Rain going to fall from the sky. Rain always fall from the sky. Yes. Some rain come from below too. Waters come from below. I would say rain. Waters come from below. Rain fall from the sky. So the Christian church again with another lie, deception. So while them misleading you down a particular path, you have the Christian pastor who live in lavishly, knowing damn well that you're not going to heaven when you're dead. And you're not going to heaven because he deceive you and he mislead you. Hey, pastor, sell them soul to the devil.
God.
Yes, man. UPK always maintain that. Say, pastors sell them soul to the devil. And who is the devil? Our oppressor. Our oppressor is the devil himself. Well, COVID-19 come and upstir their kingdom. Their heaven is in shambles right now. Yes. People dying like flies. Well, it still not reach the proportion yet. Wow. It not surpass other things yet. COVID-19 not surpass them yet. You know them trying to say, yeah man, pushing it. But it not surpass it yet. Right. So, alright. So, drop down to Revelation 21 and verse 2.
Another one can. Another one can. Revelations chapter 21, verse 2. And I, John, saw the holy city.
Alright, so John, the Revelator, is the author of the New Testament. He is the author of Revelation. So, I, John, saw, read it again.
Another one can. Revelations chapter 21, verse 2. And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem.
Holy city. Now, we know, according to the Sandavan Bible Dictionary, that holy means separate.
Another one can.
So, if John saw a holy city, John saw a separate city. This is a separate city that John saw in New Jerusalem. Now, when Yahweh Mashiach returns, there will be no time for any warfare against one another as to who will and will not keep the laws and who must and must not keep the laws. Because the laws, the Most High said, Yahweh Mashiach says, not one jot nor one tittle of the law shall in no wise pass till all be fulfilled. And there's a lot of fulfillment to come. So the laws are here and the laws not going nowhere. Yeah. Laws not going nowhere. They are right here. So continue.
Another one can. And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from God out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband.
So New Jerusalem, dawn coming down from heaven, adorned for her husband. Yeah. You know how that looks? Beautiful, majestic. Yeah, that is the New Jerusalem. That is the heaven that the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans will believe in. Yeah, that is the New Jerusalem. That is the place of great tranquility, the center of the earth, the ruling place, the heaven, the place of power on the earth. And the Most High working to rid the earth of all these bad weeds that have corrupted the earth and continue to corrupt the earth. Yes. So the Most High is using COVID-19 to clean the earth. Yes, man. Because our oppressor was going on too bad. Yeah, man. Terrible, 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 terrible. They were going on extremely terrible. putting our brothers and sisters in cages and coffin little children. They were going on too bad. And the Most High saw this and heard the cry of the people and intervened with COVID-19. Yes, that is what the Most High, that is what the Most High did. Intervene with COVID-19 to set the cats among the pigeons. Yeah. In these years, all we have to do, and this is it, when the I.S.U.P.K go every day, every weekend, for those who can have camp more often than others, because we in Jamaica we can have camp like some other places that has camp 2 or 3 times a week. We only have camp once per week. So when we beg the people, we beg our people, we say, leave the Christian church and come into the Bible. Yes. So when we beg the people, we say, stop breaking the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High are here for our benefits. They are here to protect us. They are here to make us, put us above all nations of the earth. That is why we get the laws, statutes, and commandments, so that we can live rulership, so we can live in heaven. But we never want to live in heaven. We don't want to be in rulership. We want to be nickel and dime, ark and peddling. Yes, that is what we want. Based on our behavior. Yeah. We break the laws and we continue to break the laws, and there's no matter of urgency. There's no matter of urgency in us not breaking the laws, living a righteous life. Yes. It is easy to live a righteous life, just obey the laws. Just obey the laws, and you will be said that you are living a perfect life. Yeah, man. And then said, yeah, perfection exists. Be ye perfect like your Father which is in heaven. That is all I have to do. Alright, that is finished.
Another one done.
Give me, read it again.
Another one can. Revelation chapter 21, verse 2. And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from God out of heaven, prepared as a bride, adorned for her husband.
Okay.
So,
Give
it's
me,
not here, sir. I think we were making the point that heaven is on earth, so New Jerusalem coming down proves that heaven is on earth.
God. So, the New Jerusalem in our sphere, in the children of Israel's perspective, is the rulership of Yahweh Shai Mashiach. We are our king. How we don't have no government, We have a king, and our king rules on his throne. the throne of Solomon. That is how it has always been for Israel. Israel has always been ruled by a king. That is why, you see, we are an obedient people, but it is the nations. That is why the Most High says, don't go in unto them other nations. Don't adopt the principles. Don't be like those other nations. Because when you be like them, it's a problem. Yes, it's a serious problem because now you have forgotten who you are. You have forgotten how to be obedient. What do you think in the wilderness after Most High took us out of Egypt, out of the bondage? Why did they rebel that way? They rebelled because they had adopted culture of the Egyptians. Yes, that is what they had done. They had adopted culture of the Egyptians. They were no longer obedient people unto the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. They were now obeying the Egyptians. So, you see, the problems that exist in the blacks, Hispanics, and Native American community today is not so much so one of the disobedience, but one of adoption of them other nations' culture. Yes, we adopt the culture of those other nations. So when we should be obeying our king, when we should be obeying our king, we are following them other nations. Because them other nations never have a king. They just go about their business. But we have rulers that are specific. This is why our rulers give us laws, statutes, and commandments. Yahweh Shai Mashiach is our king today. And he is going to come. He is returning to lead us. Yes. Our king is our leader. Yeah, man. So when we see our king, then we say, yes, leadership is right here again. Yes. So, alright. Right. So, what you say about, alright, so, that is it with heaven. Yeah. So now my people, who have a clearer understanding of what heaven is. This is what heaven is. Following the laws, statutes, and commandments, and be above all nations of the earth. That is what heaven is. Living in heaven is how I used to live before COVID-19. Yes. Sit one place and point the finger and direct everything from one place. Yes. everybody do everything around it, fall right in place. That is how they copied from us, or we have life. Yeah. So, well, that is heaven. Now we're going to take a look at hell because you can't have one without the other. So we looked at heaven and see where heaven is. So we're going to hell now. Matthew 10 and 28. Yes. So that is where heaven is. You know, Ivan, I know, Ivan Van Sertima used to say, well, heaven is between the legs of an African woman. So he's always wanting to go to heaven. He goes to heaven repeatedly, like every night he go to heaven. That is Ivan Van Sertima's idea of heaven. Yeah. Because those people, they try to discredit, you know. It's one of the icons of the conscious community. So they are always trying to discredit the UPK. Yeah.
Matthew chapter 10, verse 28.
Yeah.
And fear not them which kill the body.
Alright, so we're talking about hell. So fear not them which kill the body. Oh, COVID-19 right now killing a lot of people. You know why a lot of Israelites are dying in COVID-19? Most times giving them a chance to come back again to start anew because they have abused their power so much. They have abused their bodies in many different ways. You know. So the Most High is giving them the opportunity to be reborn. Yes. So the rebirth that they will get, they'll get another reincarnation, another incarnation. Because the Bible speaks about reincarnation. And reincarnation is real. So, read.
And fear not them which kill the body.
So, fear not them which kill the body. Because they can kill the body. And body them say, yeah. Continue.
But rather, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell.
Alright, so now, Most High said, fear not. is, which can kill the body, rather fear him, which can kill the body and the soul in hell. No, hell. We are living in hell now.
Run.
Yes, we are living in hell. Some of us are living in such a hellish state that it is almost unheard of condition that some of our people are living in. Condition that some of our people are living in. Yeah, it's terrible. So, how does one die and reborn in hell? The Christian church give you another pill again to swallow. Christian church says when you die, if you don't this one tell one rule of the Christian church like to uphold and say sorry.
Slap yourself. Which law?
Yeah.
Only the tithes law accident keep, so.
So the Christian church give only the tithes law. Alright. One law what them make up on a goes up. One law what them tell you say. One Christian church continue to preach and and it not go so. It not go nothing like that.
That if you place the food,
Ah
nonsense.
right. So if you bless the food, you sanctify it and you're not gonna get hurt. Alright. So now, you bless the food, you sanctify it, and you eat it, and guess what? You still get COVID-19. So where is it? What go wrong right here? You know there's something right there. If you say blessed or eat it, and them still end up with COVID-19, and they on ventilator, and I suffer, that is a hellish state. Especially for some of our brothers who find themselves in a little position, a little, whether it's a little privileged position, more privileged than a fellow Israelite brother or sister. So, you abuse that power. Yeah. And COVID-19, grab him. And I'm gonna try to run COVID-19, grab the hamstring and bite it and throw it down in our hospital. They're on ventilator. Or if they stop smoking all of this time, then he lose all kind of things reaching. You know, and COVID-19 come and say, man, this a time here, Lego certain things, you know. COVID-19 come to smoke at them. Yes, because it attack the respiratory system and people compromise respiratory system. Have a problem, yeah, them attack. And then it attack first. So COVID-19 and do a thing. So that is how your situation is in hell. So don't fear, don't worry about the gunman out there. Wow, wow, and walk and shoot people at night time. Rather, fear the most that And when the gunman, if the gunman shoot you and kill you today, most I carry about, yeah, most I will carry about reincarnation, you're born again in a young child and grow. Yeah. So, the most I say, him of the fear, because him can carry you back from purpose. Alright, so most I so the most I are the one who can carry you back in a better state because look at it, you COVID-19 grab you and you laid up in the hospital for a ventilator. One breathe naturally and you can't breathe naturally. So the ventilator will breathe for you and you can't move. You want to shit and you have to shit same place. You want to piss, you have to piss same place. Now that is a hellish state. Hellish state that our most I take you. And guess what? This when you reborn, you reborn and you grow up. And one vehicle hit you down and you cripple. And you come back in a wheelchair, in a condition where you never want, where you never have. No, that is living in hell. That is being destroyed in hell. Because your hell continue from lifetime to lifetime. Incarnation to incarnation. You carry hell. Hell is with you. Yeah. But if you follow the laws, statutes, and commandments, you won't worry about that because love covers a multitude of sins. So, if you love the Lord, if you choose to be, this is what it means. If you choose to be a sinner and you love the Lord and start observe to do all his commandments, which he command you, then that is the love that has covered a multitude of sins. Yeah, that is the love that will cover a multitude of sins. So, right, so that is the love that will cover a multitude of sins. Love of the Most High. And if you love the Most High, that is why you can't understand the Christian church was saying them love the Most High. Yet still, them don't follow the laws, statutes, and commandments. Them not do it. Them not do it, you know. But them say, boy, them love the Most High. So, oh, we love God. And what God said for them, love your brothers and love yourself. Thou shalt not bear false witness against your neighbor. Thou shalt not bear false witness against your brother. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as I love thyself. Thou shalt have no other gods but me. Thou shalt remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. You see? And when you check them on that, not one and do is say them no do. Them the whole not even one is not even the least of the commandments. Them the whole. But yet still them say boy them love God. Liars. Damn lie and lie. Yes. Damn lie and lie. Alright. So we finish with that.
Answer.
Alright. Ecclesiastes 3. Ecclesiastes 3, verse 16 to 17.
Yes.
Yes, man. So, you see, they are liars, the Christian church. Lie them lie.
3 verse, what's
Ecclesiastes 3, verse 16 to 17.
another one? Gone. Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 16. And moreover, I saw under the sun place of judgment that wickedness was there.
Alright, so, moreover, I saw under the sun a place of judgment, and the wickedness was there. Right now, COVID-19 is a judgment. COVID-19 is a judgment sent by the Most High unto our oppressors. And what happened? Wickedness is still in there because them still trying to enact policies to oppress us, to oppress the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Here in Jamaica, the government planning some strategy to oppress us, the children of Israel. Yes. Why? Because our oppressor says so. All governments here in Jamaica are puppets for our oppressor. So, got it? Read.
And the place of righteousness, that iniquity was there.
Alright, so the place of judgment, wickedness is there. This place, this judgment that is going on today with COVID-19 right across the world because it's a global pandemic. Yes. Whereas all the countries of the world are affected by it. And what they say it is common flu, just like a common cold. You know. And it is astonishing today to see the devastating effect that COVID-19 has had on global trade and the economies of our oppressors. Yeah, devastating effect. Right. We got that.
Verse 17.
Verse 17.
Another one gone. Verse 17. I said in my heart, God shall judge the righteous and the wicked, for there is a time there for every purpose and for every work.
Alright, so the Most High shall judge everybody. Everybody shall be judged, the righteous and the wicked. Yes, everybody shall be judged. We shall not die. Righteous, the one who follows the laws, statutes, and commandments, You shall not die, but you shall live. And when you live, then you shall teach men to do as you have done. Follow the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, and live. Yes. So, we see here in Ecclesiastes, the place of wicked, the place of judgment. And wickedness was there in the place of judgment. Yes. So wickedness was at the place of judgment. And in the place of righteousness, you see, all these things occur because we refuse to follow the laws, statutes, and commandments that was made of God. Yes. You complete 17? Alright. So, these judgments that our oppressor is facing now, and in all this judgment, in all this judgment, our oppressor still planning wickedness upon us. Yeah, great wickedness they're planning on us. You know, and it is not only physical wickedness, but verbal wickedness. Yeah. And you see how wicked they have been to us over the years. You know, when they say the reason why, they say that, listen, you know, it is the blacks in America that is 70% of the deaths in certain states are African American, and these African Americans have borderline issues. Why they have borderline issues? Because of your treatment of them. Yes, you don't treat them fairly. They have to get mediocre jobs, so they can't eat properly. So they eat all of this dead food, and the dead food create all kind of dead space in their bodies. And you lace the food with pig's blood because you know it is unlawful unto the children of Israel. And the reason why the Most High says we should not eat it, it is because the Most High knows us and knows what is in us and what will happen if we eat them. But our oppressors gave us those, gave us those unlawful things to eat. And so that is the result of what they're saying. We can't eat properly, so therefore we are the first to die when judgment comes. Because this is judgment. Yeah. This is judgment. And we are dying. Other people are dying too. But we are dying when we should not be dying. as they are saying, but they are the same ones that gave us the foods to kill us all. And now they say that we are dying. So, in this judgment, wickedness is still here. And that is verbal wickedness. Because physical wickedness was done a long time ago. With the systems that they set in place, the Planned Parenthood, the filling of the lead with water, filling of the water with lead, to destroy the brain cells. You see, boy, you know, I am sorry for the Judite. Yes, I'm truly sorry for the Judite. Because they are there in America, where they are there in Egypt, where judgment is taking place and wickedness is still there in no judgment going on. And they are about to suffer a lot. Yeah. They have to suffer day in, day out. But thanks to Commanding General Yana over the I.S.U.P.K, there is relief for you, my brothers and sisters. Just leave wherever you are. Leave the fake Israelite groups. Leave the Christian church. Come into the Bible under the banner of the I.S.U.P.K and learn. Learn the Bible and learn your role on earth and live forever. You know, I think I live my 150 years. You know, I want to get a new incarnation. Yes. You know, so wickedness is always there when judgment is there. Right. And righteousness. Read something again.
God, Revelations chapter 3, Slakia, Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 17. I said in my heart, God shall judge the righteous and the wicked, for there is a time there for every purpose and for every work.
Right. So the Most High shall judge the righteous, and he shall judge the wicked. Yes. He's definitely going to judge the righteous and the wicked. Because why? There's a time and a place for it. Yes. There's a time and a place for all that was done unto us, the children of Israel. You know, we have some people like we say, we are the I.S.U.P.K, Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Under command general. You know, they always what religion are you? No religion. Religion is one of the single most destructive forces on earth right now. Yes. Alright. So we see here judgment. Judgment is taking place right here on earth. So we can clearly see that heaven and hell is right here on earth. Because we see judgment now. You see this judgment that is taking place. America is being judged for their role in killing the Mexicans and the Guatemala and what our brothers name come Venezuelans. Yeah. So America sent problems in Venezuela, and then when the Venezuelans try to run across to America, we lock them out and say, "But cage up the thing then. Cage up the Mexicans and all of them. Put them in cages like rats and dogs, guinea pigs." Yeah. Well, judgment is upon you, oppressor. Judgment is upon America. The judgment is upon the whole world. But America most of all. Right. The wickedness that you perpetuate upon the Most High's people, it shall come to haunt you. It will continue to haunt you. But we know, because we follow the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. So we know what is happening. Deuteronomy 22, 22.
Another one can. Deuteronomy chapter 22,
32,
32.
22.
Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 22. For a fire is kindled in mine anger. So,
Fire is kindled in the Most High's anger. You know how long this fire kindled? Long time this fire kindled. Because people just wicked to the Most High's people. The chosen people of the Most High. Your oppressor is wicked against them. It was about you begin to tell you every day what is going to happen. You became really day in, day out, day in, day out. What is going to happen? Yeah? What is going to happen? Yeah. If you don't follow the laws, statutes, and commandments. That is all we know. That is all priests and prophets of the Most High does. Repeat to you, prophesy to you, teach you, tell you, plead with you, just to save your own life. Somebody coming to plead you, begging you, pleading and pleading and pleading and pleading and so listen, just stop eating the poor, stop sleeping with your brother wife, stop covet your neighbor, stop telling lie. Which other sin the Christian church is guilty of? Apart from those that are just neighbor. Them sleep with them brother. Them covet them neighbor. Them bear false witness against the one another. So, we shall not bear false witness against thy neighbor. Them guilty of that. Love thy brother as I love thyself. They don't have no love for them and for them brothers and sisters. So that are two sin them guilty of. So them covet them neighbor, and sleep with them brother wife, them bear false witness against them one another. What again? Well, them tell lie.
steal from each other.
them steal from each other,
murder each other.
and then murder each other. These are all attributes of the Christian church. These are all attributes that the Christian church tell you it is okay. They break dietary laws each and every Sunday and Saturday. Yeah, break dietary laws. And those 2 days are the 2 days that mostly say they love the Lord. And yet still, they will break the laws. You know, so, one more.
Continue reading, sir.
Yes, read.
Carnal one can, for a anger, Lakia, for a fire is kindled in mine anger, and shall burn unto the lowest hell, and shall consume the earth with her increase, and set on fire the foundation of the mountains.
Alright. So, alright. Now, this scripture is very, it is very, very, very interesting. Deuteronomy 32 and 20.
Lakia, sir. Psalms.
No. Yes. Alright. Let's go deeper and deeper. That's a 32 and 22. Alright. For fire is kindled in mine anger. Now, because of the wickedness that America has committed against the tribe of I.S.U.P.K. Yes, and the tribe of Gad, and the continuation of the tribe of Judah. You know, they have a time, like when they had wipe out 90% of the tribe of Gad with the smallpox and all of that and all of that. So, and then when they continue every year to celebrate their battle against the tribe of God with their, what them call it again? What them call a holiday there again? Yeah, November. Thanksgiving. So they say they're giving thanks for the murder that they committed. What they call it again? The genocide of the tribe of Gad that they committed. Committed genocide against the tribe of Gad. And every year they celebrate it. Today. Every year. So you see from that, so you see even that, make the fire is kindled in the Most High's anger. Yeah. So this fire that has been kindled is a long time in kindling. You know, for those people who grew up in the country and know about wood fire, I am always say you push the wood in the fire. I am kindle the fire. Especially if you have a cow skin or cow soup. Cow skin soup and cow skin tough. So you need more wood in the fire, make the fire blaze. So that is how this fire has been kindling in the Most High's anger. You see, the Most High hungry at them, for what they have done and for what they continue to do to the children of Israel. They continue to do this wickedness upon the children of Israel. So it's like every natural God, the fire kindle. The fire just get red, red. And what? For a fire is kindled in my anger, and it shall burn unto the lowest hell. No, as I said before, we are living in hell. The children of Israel is living in hell under this oppressive system. This is a system designed to oppress the children of Israel continually. But this fire that is being kindled in the Most High's anger, boiling, constantly boiling, but boiling still. Going. Coming. Flowing. Coming. So they will press with. Most I watch them. Most I push one more wood in the fire. And say, alright. You one man. One. These are my chosen people. You want to deal with them, sir. And every day the priests and the prophets, I send out the priests and the prophets to warn you. We warn your oppressors and we warn our people. We warn our people to leave out of their company. We warn our people to leave from among them. Leave from among them. You don't have to physically leave from among them, because of how the system is designed. But you can leave from among them mentally. Yes. You leave from among them mentally when you stop their pork. You leave from among them mentally when you stop smoking cigarette. When you stop eat shrimp, crab and lobster. When you stop eating them thick mackerel. When you leave from among them, is when you start to follow and abide by the dietary laws. That is the first step in leaving from among them. Don't eat what I eat, because what I eat not good for you. And COVID-19 has come and proven that. Because if them statistics say you and them are eat the same thing, and 70% that you are dead, and 30% that them are dead. What is that saying? It's saying you have to do what is best for you. You have to follow the laws, statutes, and commandments that is in the Bible that was given unto you by Moses and the elders of Israel. Yeah. Moses and the elders of Israel gave you the laws, statutes, and commandments. Yes, and said, follow these laws, statutes, and commandments, and it shall be above all nations of the earth. But what? We refuse to follow the laws, statutes, and commandments. No! The Most High observing the wickedness that has been done, that has been doing to his people. all these years coming down, grinding slow but grinding still. Yeah, the Most High killing the fire slowly but building it still. Yeah. So when this fire is kindled in the Most High's anger, here I go. And shall burn unto the lowest end. No, I know that well is the condition that we live in. So this burning at this time, this burning is burning us. Right now, this particular verse in this scripture is twofold because the Lord knows that this fire from the Most High is kindled, is cutting off all operations to the governments of our oppressor. Because we are in bottom, we are in hell, and this fire has burned unto the lowest hell. The lowest hell burned unto. So all production stop. So no production not going on. The other day, I gone down to negative $34 barrel. Oh, I reach negative $34 barrel. Oh, that is the Most High's anger. That is the fire that the Most High has kindled in his anger. The COVID-19. You see, the amount of things what the COVID-19 has brought to the fore. The COVID-19 has brought many different things to. Right. So COVID-19 has brought many different things to the forefront right now in these scriptures. Yeah. The Most High saying, before one of my word, not one jot, nor one tittle of the law shall in no wise pass. Not jot, not a jot or a tittle shall be changed. In no wise it shall be changed until all be fulfilled. And this fire that is kindled in the Most High's anger, that has burned to the lowest hell. Yeah, burn to the lowest hell, and shall consume the earth with her increase. COVID-19 consume the earth, and it will increase. So that the Bible said. The Bible said it is going to increase. It's going to consume the earth now, but it's going to consume it more with her increase. So, this fire that has been kindled in the Most High's anger is grinding slow but grinding still. Burning slow but burning still. Because what is happening? You know why it will increase? Because the Most High is not yet satisfied. Because the children of Israel is still being subjugated to all different, all terrible kind of conditions living condition, eating condition, educational condition. Yeah, and the Most High is taking it to our oppressors for the way they have treated us. And what we am to them? They will receive double the measure of what they have given unto us. Yeah, double the measure. That is what they're going to get. Double the measure. Yeah. So, the increase, it shall consume the earth with earth increase, and shall set on fire the foundations of the mountains. Shall set on fire the foundations of the government of our oppressors. So these governments that can't function now, that is the Most High's word. That is what is being explained to you here. That it is the fire, it is the increase of the fire that has kindled in the Most High's anger. Why is the Most High angry? Because of the treatment that they have given unto us, the children of Israel, over the past many, many years. The atrocities on the different tribes. It's like they say, all right, this tribe get this, so we need to give the next tribe even hotter than what? But the Most High is planning. The Most High is planning for them. Yes, the Most High planning for them. Carefully plan for them. And has set the foundations of their mountains on fire. Their economy is going to ruin. Foundations of their mountains, their governments, their empire. Who is the foundation of their empire and their government? We, the Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Yes, we are the foundations of their government. And that is what the Most High is setting on fire. Yeah, because of their cruelty towards us, because of their terrible treatment of us. Yeah. So them think the Most High was sleeping, or them think the Most High was joking when the Most High said, you know, I tell persons these all the time. The Most High don't have a sense of humor. And Frank, so what is joke to you is dead to him. So when you up there on your IRs and lock up the tribe of I.S.U.P.K in cages and laughing and chatting all sort of nonsense, talking all sort of bullshit about the children of I.S.U.P.K, about the I.S.U.P.Kites, saying them lazy. Them is the most hard-working people in America. And them are thief. Lie! Them don't thief nothing from you. And you go thief the tribe of God land. Yes. Lies you continue to perpetuate upon the children of Israel. When you want to do that, when you want justification to do anything to the children of Israel, you come up with lies. Your forefathers did it. You are a liar like your father from the beginning. Yes. And you continue to lie again. All the way down. That the Most High's, the fire has been kindled in the Most High's anger. And then burn up the government. Show down the government. But guess what? It will increase till it completely turn to ashes.
the earth and for a fire is kindled in mine anger, and shall burn unto the lowest hell, and shall consume the earth with her increase. Yeah, we are living in hell. So the fire will burn to the lowest hell. It burn the economy is going to come to a complete standstill. Yeah, a complete standstill, because the Most I said, fire is being kindled in its anger, and it will burn to the lowest hell, and it will consume the earth. Yeah. All right. So with that, he said, Shalom, Israel, until we meet again on this here Wednesday, where we go through our laws, statutes, and commandments. Yes, and we were given laws, statutes, and commandments. And why were we given laws, statutes, and commandments? So that we shall be above all nations of the earth. We were not supposed to be below all nations of the earth. We are supposed to be above all nations of the earth. Yeah. So with that, we say Shalom, and I and the class over to Trooper and priest in training Bakawar for the I.S.U.P.K security announcement.
These are the I.S.U.P.K security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K out of 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Command General Yohanna. New rules for our brothers and sisters. When a new brother or a sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shake themselves of the word. After 6 months, if a brother or a sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or a sister. Here is another 6 months in which the brother or sister will approach each other. After the 6 month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Guys, this is a commandment. You can find in Numbers chapter 8, verse 21, and Malachi chapter 3, verse 8 and 10. Means 10 people and commons for Isaiah. 10 persons of any criminal of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the shepherd for a teacher. Useful. 3 will operate for you, not monetary. Whatsoever more you would like to give upon all consultation. Passover.
That's cool.
First to further notice. Remind Akiyam and Akiwatiam to check on social media such as ISUPK.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for ISUPK events and materials. If a brother wants to be a tutor in school, then he needs to start wearing hardware, which includes black and shirt, pants, headband, and socks. that he said, Amar this time. Amar 130 salute to the teacher. Amar Shabbat. Amar Barak Yahweh Pashin Yahweh Shai Barakatam.
Yahweh Shinra Shai Barakatam.
130 salute to the sister. Amar Shabbat. Amar
Yahweh Shamar.
Yahweh Shamar. Yahweh Shamar. Ilatari. Yahweh Shai. With that, we say Amar JAMAICA class dismissed.
No, we're not finished. We're not finished, but we have to end this stream.